Okay, folks, so I am sick and tired of doing all these serious reviews. You know, standard reviews. Oh, let me review a USB-C dongle. Who gives a crap about USB-C dongles? Oh, it's got USB 3.0. Who cares, right? So I thought, let's just do something fun today. I tried this one time before and it didn't go so well. I wanted to read random news stories and just see what's going on in the world. But they were really depressing because I was reading actual news stories. And actual news stories are horrible. They're depressing and there's nothing fun about it. So I thought instead of reading actual news stories, I would read weird news stories. So I'm on this site called Toronto Sun, because Toronto Raptors, I am from this area, so I thought, let's just read some weird news stories. And I already started browsing, and some of them are just so weird. First one, if you're considering like getting a dating app like Tinder, you probably already have Tinder, right? Who doesn't have Tinder these days, right? This might lead you in a different direction. To be fair though, this is in Russia, so kind of anything goes in Russia. Okay, so there's like this cute girl on this main page, and the article reads, who, what, wow, the weak and weird. Okay, so the weak and weird. So that's not really about the girl. Okay, so there's this girl who's 22, shows you her picture here. She's cute. You think, wow, a 22-year-old Russian girl is cute. I like this news story. Tell me more, Tony. Well, here's the thing. She thinks she's the real life Elena Gilbert. Now, what is Elena Gilbert? You're probably thinking, Tony, what the hell are you talking about? You know that show Vampire Diaries? She thinks she's a real life version of a character in a show called Vampire Diaries. By the way, the person who plays Elena Gilbert on that show, her name is Nina Dobrev. I'm not mad at that at all. Okay, so this girl goes on a dating app and dates this dude. I guess it's not really dating. I mean, she just went out on a date, but it's not really dates if it's just one date. So they went out on that first date, and after they went to probably a nightclub and danced. What do Russians do for fun? And afterwards, the guy says, hey, you want to come back to my place? Russians, right? They're not going to take their time. Russians are just going to be like, yeah, we go out to a club and then we go back to my place. Yeah? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty typical Russian lifestyle there. No offense. So she goes back to the guy's place. They're probably making out. Who knows? Even like full-on intercourse. It doesn't say if they actually banged or not, but I'm just going to assume since it's in Russia, they definitely banged. And she kind of looks like she banged. Okay, so they banged. Probably 2 or 3 times. So after they banged 2 or 3 times, she wakes up and she's like, this guy's a werewolf, so I should fucking start biting him. So she fucking starts biting him. The guy fucking calls the cops. This fucking crazy Nina Dobrev wannabe woman bites me. So she tells the cops that, let me see, she later told the cops she wanted to ice the unlucky suitor because he is a werewolf. By icing him, she means she wanted to kill him. Ice? What a weird term. How weird is that? Can you imagine going on Tinder and the girl you end up banging 3 times that night ends up wanting to bite you and kill you because she thinks you're a werewolf? That's messed up. That's just unlucky. See, in a weird way, you have to just sort of take the good with the bad, because I guess that's just like being unlucky. I'm sure like the next girl would be fine, you know? I guess with anything you take a risk, and man, that is only in Russia. Okay, now this story is kind of, oof. I love dogs, right? I even made a video called Dog Soup, where I explain going to a dog park, and well, I guess you have to watch that video to understand it. But I love dogs, right? And you know what are really cute dogs that are really silly? Boxers. Boxers are super, super cute dogs. They're so goofy and silly. You know? You just want to squish their face and just, you know, just do whatever you want with them. But here's the thing. Boxers will eat anything. I mean, they will eat anything. If you give a boxer a rock, it'll just try to start eating it. Boxers will eat anything. You know what else boxers will eat? A man's cock. That's right, a man's dick. One of the news stories here is called, first of all, the news story is with a really big, silly looking boxer dog. And the title reads, "Man smeared peanut butter on his genitals before dog gnawed them off." So this guy was trying to get kinky. You know how you always hear that story, oh yeah, you know, I like to rub peanut butter on my dick, and then I'll get like my pet to lick it off. Same old story I've heard. Well, this guy thought he was being clever and tried doing that. Not only did the boxer dog eat the peanut butter off the guy's dick, but the boxer dog thought, might as well eat the dick too. Try explaining that story to your family members and friends. I think at that point, you just sort of retire from anything, from the dating life. That guy's not going on Tinder after that. You know, so he's safe from any Russian girl who thinks she's a vampire, because he's not going on any more dates. He's uninstalling Tinder. He's not going to talk to any more girls. He's just going to mind his own business, because he's not going to explain this to his friends. He's not going to explain this to his family members. He's just going to keep quiet, mind his own business. And when people ask him, hey buddy, how come you never go out on dates? How come I never see you with girls? You're never trying to socialize? He's just going to say, it's just not my thing. I don't do that kind of stuff. He's just going to retire. He's not going to say nothing. He's just going to say, I've become a monk. That's what he should probably do, become a monk. Go meditate on a mountaintop somewhere, because monks don't bang as far as I know. Do monks bang? I'm not really sure if monks bang. They probably don't. I'm pretty sure monks don't have intercourse. That's the only thing he's got going for him right now, become a monk, because he fucked himself up. God, can you imagine thinking you're clever? Yeah, I'm going to get my dog to lick peanut butter off my dick, and then the dog eats your dick. You're done. You're basically done with life. Jesus Christ. I wonder what that guy's like now, what his personality is like. Does he even have like a spirit anymore, like a personality? Can you even like have fun after that point? Or do you just for the rest of your life, are you kind of like, hey, what's wrong with you, man? Nothing. You're probably like that, right? You probably can't really just have a personality and have fun. You're probably dead inside. Jesus Christ. Let me see if there's any other interesting news stories. Those first two are weird as shit. There's one called Too Beefy for Burgers. There's a giant cow who won't get slaughtered. That's not really interesting, but it is a big cow. Family of bears breaks into car, devours 50 chocolate bars. That's not that weird. Jesus Christ. Come on, guys. Step up your game here. How do you go from like a dog who eats his owner's dick and then a woman who thinks she's a vampire to bears eating chocolate? How is that outrageous? Jesus Christ. If I was the editor of this online news article site, I would definitely remove that story. 1 year after a hiking injury. Oh, there's actually one sad one. Where did I see it? It was actually a pretty damn sad one. Oh, come on. Yeah, there's this Aussie man from Australia. On this dare, he ate this slug, you know? There was like this silly looking slug, and his buddies are like, "Ah, come on, eat the slug, ha ha ha." And he ate the slug, and the slug had this super rare virus or disease, and he ended up dying 9 years later after eating the slug. I guess this virus or disease that he got was slowly killing him, and after 9 years he died. That's fucked up, because we've all done stupid shit like that. That's a lot different than like putting peanut butter on your dick and getting your dog to lick it, because if you do that, you probably, you know, deserve to have your dick eaten. But this is just a silly, innocent dare. I've done that before. I used to do silly shit like that just to fuck with people, you know, just for shock value. We've all done stupid stuff like that, you know? That's horrible. I feel really bad for that dude and his family and his friends. That's horrible. Let me see if I can find a more fun story, because that's horrible and tragic. Farting felon pleads guilty to gun and drug charges? What the hell is this? A man whose excessive flatulence forced the police detective to cut short an interrogation has pleaded guilty to federal gun and drug charges. That's actually pretty smart. Fart your way out of a conviction. You know, the officer's like, "So did you do it?" The guy's just like, "Let me think about it." That's it. You're free. I'm surprised no one else has ever thought about that. You know? That's actually pretty awesome. Holy shit. What a way to get out of jail. I mean, yeah, he pled guilty to gun and drug charges, but I mean, you know. Maybe he didn't get out of jail? I don't know. But I think it's pretty smart. Who, what, the weak and weird. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, oh, this is an interesting one. Is anyone old enough like me to remember the show Friends? Even though I think Friends is on Netflix now, so I think a younger generation watches Friends too. By the way, those guys from the show Friends, even to this day, they still make $20 million a year from that show. How crazy is that? This show hasn't aired in so many years. I mean, Jesus Christ, I was young when that show was on TV. That's how old it is. And even to this day, they still make $20 million a year from that show. You know how amazing that is? That's like the best way to make money, because you know how a lot of these Hollywood celebrity types, they'll make a lot of money because they were in a lot of movies. But then all of a sudden, they go through a dry spell because they don't get hired for movies or shows anymore. And they end up going bankrupt, or, you know, they have a really huge change in economics. But even if you completely fuck up, let's say that year you were so stupid that you just invested all your money in really dumb shit and ended up losing all your money, right? You're like, well, I really fucked up this year. I lost all my money. The year is finished and you're like, oh, there's another 20 million every year. So you could be the biggest fuck up in the history of the world, and every single year after you lose your money, here's another 20 million. I mean, that's the life right there. Man, oh man. And I'm not saying that $20 million a year would buy you happiness, but I bet you it would. I actually don't know if it would. But would it? I'll try it and I'll see. I mean, I can't try it, but I'm saying, like, give me the $20 million a year and let me try it and I'll report back to you. That'll be like my review. You know, that'll be like my review, my ultimate review. Can $20 million a year make your life better? So why am I mentioning Friends? This news story is called Ross Arrested. Cops Catch Friends Lookalike Thief. So there's like this guy who looks like the character Ross from Friends, and he looks exactly like him. And he's in a grocery store stealing a giant case of beer. Probably like a 24 pack of beer. And he's got this very suspicious look on his face, and he's looking up towards the security camera. It's kind of funny, I guess. I mean, it's not funny for this poor guy who looks like Ross, who just stole beer. It's kind of crazy. You know what's really weird? The Ross guy from Friends, there's a lot of guys who look like him. I've seen so many lookalikes. He must have a very look-alikeable kind of face. Pantless man falls through Waffle House ceiling. I wonder if this is any good. Police in Alabama say a man not wearing any pants fell through the roof of a Waffle House during a botched burglary and fought patrons before fleeing. Really? You fought the people in the store? See, that just reminds me of some asshole who's always looking to fight somebody. We've all known that asshole, right? They're just always looking to get in a fight, you know? You're like, hey, and they're like, what are you saying hey for? It's like, what? Oh, so you want to fight? You know, that guy sounds like that asshole. Not only is he an idiot, he falls through the roof, he's pantless, trying to rob the place, completely fucks it up. But instead of having some humility and be like, well, I'm an idiot, I guess I fucked this up, he still wants to fight people. He's like, what the fuck are you looking at? What do you mean? You know, the guy's eating. What the fuck are you looking at? And, you know, obviously they're looking at him because he's a fucking idiot. He's got no pants. He tried to rob the place, and he fell through the fucking roof. But he still has the fucking nerve to be like, what the fuck you looking at? You want to fight? What, you think this is funny? We've all known that idiot. That's just unfortunate. By the way, since I'm doing this on this Canon M100, you know, I do have a recording limit on this thing, so I gotta keep an eye on this. Technology in 2018 still can't find a camera that can record longer than 30 minutes. Minnesota baby born on November 11th at 11:11. Well, that's not weird. That's just nice. Okay. A man from Argentina chokes to death during a food eating contest. Well, that's not funny. That's unfortunate. I still don't really get those food eating contests. You know, it's like, do we have any limit to anything? Like, really? Like, you know, I guess that's what makes us good, too. We have no limit to anything. We're always going to try to push and innovate more. It's like, how much can you eat? How much can I eat? I could eat more than you. And it's just like, I don't know. I find it weird that anybody would get some sort of satisfaction out of how much they can eat. Like that's like some badass thing. Guess what I did, man? What? I ate 82 hamburgers. But I mean, to each their own, I guess. It's kind of like when I see people playing like video games and they're excited about achievements in the video games. That's so weird to me. Like, what are you excited about? You got an achievement? Like, achievements are just random shit that they put in games so you can feel good about yourself for getting an achievement. It serves no purpose. It's so weird. Hey, I got an achievement. Good for you, man. You got an achievement. I sometimes wish I was that easily pleased with myself that I can play a video game and get an achievement and feel like, this is awesome. I just found a skull in the bushes over there. I'm walking around this character and there's like a skull. And this skull that I found in the bushes, it's an achievement. I feel pretty good about myself now. God, I wish I had that gene, whatever that gene is. Florida mayor accused of soliciting sex for speed bumps. Whoa, what? Florida man accused of soliciting sex in exchange for speed bumps? What the fuck kind of story is that? An ethics panel has found probable cause against a Florida mayor accused of soliciting sex from a resident in exchange for installing speed bumps in her neighborhood. Okay, that's what I thought they were getting at, but I wanted to make sure. By the way, why are people in Florida so weird? I mean that. This is not like some sort of like funny, like ha ha ha. People in Florida are so weird. Any weird thing I hear about is always in Florida. And what's even weirder is that like I always thought that, but apparently that's like a running joke. Everyone knows that. Anything weird is always from Florida. Like everyone knows this. That's how weird it is. Florida is so weird that everyone knows this. It's not even like an original, unique thought. It's like, oh yeah, oh, from Florida, of course. The weirdest shit is from Florida. Weirdest people, weirdest news stories, weirdest laws. Yeah, Florida's a strange place. What do they call Florida? The asshole of America? I don't know. They call it something weird. Yeah. So this basically this mayor was like, you know, this mayor would like see a sexy mom. I guess they call them MILFs, and he thinks like, hey, you want to keep your neighborhood safe? You want to keep your children safe? Fuck me. That's it. Just fuck me, and I'll install a speed bump in your neighborhood so your kids could play around and they can feel safe. That's it. And I'm going to end it with that. You can't top that. Fuck me and I'll install a speed bump. Only in Florida, guys. And that's it, because the time limit's going to be up and I don't want to deal with all that. So there's some funny, interesting news stories to lighten up this channel. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Bye.